As shown above, pendulums can receive energy from both their supporters and their opponents. But energy loss is still half the problem. If the pendulum is destructive enough, it damages a person's well-being and destiny. Every person occasionally faces negative information or unwanted events. All of this is a provocation of pendulums. A person does not want this in their life, but they always react in two ways. If the information does not really bother them, they ignore it and quickly forget about it. If the fishing rod thrown by the pendulum irritates or frightens them, that is, sinks into their soul, then mental energy is captured in the pendulum's loop and the person tunes into the resonance frequency. Other events unfold according to the familiar scenario. A person is angry, indignant, worried, frightened, violently expresses their discontent in general, actively radiates energy at the frequency of a destructive pendulum. This energy does not go only to the pendulum. The parameters of mental energy are such that a person is transferred to the lifeline, where what they want to avoid is in abundance. As you will recall, if a person's mental energy radiation is fixed at a certain frequency, it is transferred to the corresponding lifelines. The destructive role of the pendulum here is to fix the frequency, using a capture loop. Let's say it passes on information about disasters and natural disasters. After all, if this does not affect you, why do you need additional frustrations? In this case, as a rule, there's a disaster somewhere, but you personally are on the lifeline where you are not a victim, but an observer. The line where you are the victim has been left aside. On the contrary, if you let in information about disasters and misfortunes, complain and talk about it with your friends, it is quite possible that you will soon move to the line where you are the victim. Avoid something, the more likely you are to achieve it. Actively fighting against what you do, not want, is doing everything possible to ensure that it is in your life. To move to unwanted lifelines, you do not even need to take active steps, i.e., fight. Negative thoughts seasoned with emotions are enough. You do not want bad weather and think that you do not like rain. Noisy neighbors annoy you, and you constantly curse them or silently hate them. You are afraid of something and worry about it a lot. You are bored with your job and savor your dislike for it. You are obsessed everywhere with something that you actively do not want. That is, you fear, hate, despise. On the other hand, there are many things that you would not want either. But this does not really bother you at the moment. In this case, it is not in your life. But as soon as you let the undesirable in, imbue yourself with hostility and begin to appreciate this feeling, the undesirable will necessarily materialize in your life. The only way to eliminate the undesirable from your life is to free yourself from the influence of the pendulum that has captured your mental energy. And from now on, do not succumb to the provocations of the pendulum and do not get involved in its game. There are two ways to get out of the influence of a destructive pendulum: fail or extinguish. In future videos, we will take a closer look at how this is done.